that the number one way to give a Gen Z woman the ick is by listening to Joe Rogan.
New study finds that the majority of women aged 18 to 34 think it's a red flag if a guy listens to Joe Rogan.
Let's put this this chart on the screen because it's kind of fascinating. This whole chart is very, very fascinating. So if you look here, ladies and gentlemen, it gives you a list of what everybody finds attractive, what they don't find attractive in regards to following behaviors are either a green, beige, or red flag.
What the heck is a beige flag?
Yeah.
What is a beige flag?
Yeah. What is that?
What is a yellow flag?
Yeah.
Yep.
What does that mean?
It's like almost
Proceed with caution.
proceed with caution. Maybe they showed a sign. I don't know. I honestly, somebody out there.
No,
Is that neutral?
To be
or-
fair,
yeah.
this is only a sample of 1,000 people, so it's a small
But it's very
subset.
telling, and I think like the increasing political divide between young men and young women, as young men are getting more and more conservative, young women are getting more and more liberal, it is an obstacle to people, you know, getting in relationships, because if you are that diametrically opposed on your foundational values, like how are people going to get, you know, make kids anymore? Like how are people going to get married and have kids anymore?
What if we have
What do you
kids
do?
and he likes Ben Carson? That's just horrible. Like
Ben Carson. Well, okay, 76% of women said they think it's a red flag if a guy identifies as a MAGA Republican.
I'm not gonna lie, like I don't like that term is kind of cheese anyway.
Conversely, 59% of men.
Men, like there you go, all the insurrectionist Barbies out of a date because the men don't want.
Oh, speaking of Barbie, 53% of women said it's a red flag if a guy refuses to see the Barbie movie.
he's a closeted
Women don't know
bigot.
what they want. That's what that's.
Well, they
that's
know
that
what
says.
they don't want, but they don't know what they do want. I think that's what this is proving. Like everything is a red flag.
Yeah.
Nothing is a green flag.
Like
Is that the
literally,
case?
like women are like, if you don't care about politics, that's a red flag. But if you don't like the right politics, that's also a red flag, which automatically boxes you into a very, very small category. If you're not allowed to not care about politics and you're not allowed to like a certain brand of politics entirely, that means they've pushed you into this little corner up in the top left section of the political compass test.
Yeah.
And they're like, if
sad.
you do not agree to be in a polyamorous relationship with me, I know my worth. I'm not gonna compromise. And
If our whole polycule can't go to see the Barbie movie 10 nights in a row, you're toxic, and I'm disassociating.
those are the type of people, men or women, that like to say that my last partner was a toxic narcissist, which just means that they don't agree with you on everything nowadays because that term has been watered down.
Even if
so
that's
badly.
like, what do you do
overused.
if that's true?
Yeah.
What do you do
How do
if
you
your
know
ex
anymore?
actually was a toxic narcissist?
Yeah.
So
You can't tell anyone because they're gonna think you're lying.
So
They're gonna call
guys,
you the narcissist.
You're
So-
like, sure.
Yeah.
And you're like, no,
Yeah.
literally. Chain me up.
men don't seem to care too much whether you want to see the Barbie movie or whether you like Joe Rogan. You know, it's not too
Well,
much
it
of a red
says
flag.
55% of women
I'm
see it as a
saying
red
men.
flag.
Men don't care. though. I'm saying men
35% of men, though, seeing a woman listens to Joe Rogan as a red flag, that's crazy. That's a lot.
That is actually a large.
Are
amount of
they
the
like
population.
pulling from Southern California?
Yeah. Who is this demographic?
Yeah.
Where is it coming from? I gotta know.
And it's just so funny because Joe Rogan is just so inoffensive.
He's just the host of the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
He has
it's
experts
his
come on and talk.
inoffensiveness that pisses me off the
Right.
most.
I wish they would have polled these people on what their thoughts on The View were. Like,
Brett, I just sent you an Instagram reel about Gen Z that it's poignant for this discussion, I
Okay.
think.
Could you spot me like 10 for a milkshake? Hey mom, me and some friends are gonna head down to the mall. We're doing a protest because they're gatekeeping oat milk. Can you cash out me $10,000? I'm disassociating. Hey mom, me and some friends are gonna head out to the mall. Could you spot me like 10 for a milkshake?
It's very true.
it's, you know what it is? It is the overabundance of like specific language for everything that they've given terms to everything. Back in the day, not everything had a term. Like I liked it back in the day when you were just an asshole. Like you weren't all sorts of specific phobics. You were just a mean person and you were mean to everybody. Like
Yeah.
there was a time when that
There's
was a
just
thing.
psychobabble assigned to every bad behavior now.
And I want to draw attention to this one, which is that Gen Z is lonely. Gen Z is very, very lonely. It says
coming up with all of these arbitrary red flags for partners, you're not going to be satisfied with anybody.
You know what it is,
Absolutely.
but it's through the millennial generation of people telling you don't compromise. You know you're going to find the perfect person. Like they forgot that people aren't going to see eye to eye entirely,
Yep.
and what they've cast off once as compromising for the sake of hopefully forming a mutually beneficial, well-adjusted cohabitation. It's he has to meet, or he or she has to meet all of my standards.
Yep.
Otherwise, they're a malignant narcissist who's out to bring down
Or else
our
you're
democracy.
literally Hitler. No, but like, I think when you're looking for someone who has a similar point of view to you on your important foundational beliefs, it's so that that should be so we can have a harmonious household where our children are imbued with the same values. So we're not constantly in conflict, meaning like our kids won't know what to think about the world. But people aren't thinking about having kids now. When you're looking for a partner who agrees with you on literally everything,
yep. It's all about
conforming to you on literally
What
every
you want.
issue,
Yeah.
it's about your comfort at that point. It's not about raising children with a coherent, sound worldview. Like the world isn't like crumbling underneath them.
If the
It's about
guy-
yourself.
Yeah, and if the guy doesn't affirm all of your points of view, he's controlling and narcissistic. And the guy similarly will say, if she does not bend to my every will, she's a 304. And think about, like, there's no way you can get out of it now. You wake up, you're like, gee, the weather sure is weird today. Climate change. Oh, let's watch a TV show. Nazis.
Yeah.
Like, there's no aspect
Here's
of
some more.
society where people are allowed to just not
Make your own
be-
opinion first without being told what it is.
66% of women say it's a red flag if a guy has no hobbies. But only 60% of men said the same thing about women.
I'm calling cap on women having more hobbies than men. That's just
Well, that's not what that
It's,
means.
It's
Brett.
something I've never even thought about.
It means men care less
Yes.
whether women have hobbies.
yes.
yeah.
Women,
Which makes sense, I think.
women should, because guys should have something else that they.
into.
That they
interests-
fixate about.
they're like, if he does not think about the Roman Empire at least once a
He needs to
day,
think about the Roman Empire.
we're done. We're done with this.
It's also a red flag if guys say all lives matter, and if they believe there are only two genders.
Womp, womp, womp.
But then again, a similar amount of women thought it's also a red flag if a guy identifies as communist.
That's good.
It's good, but like confusing. Like what do you want? Like he can't be a Republican, he can't be a communist, he can't be a liberal.
Can't be anything.
No, he can be a liberal. That's literally they're saying you can
Well,
be.
it says 19% of women said it's a red flag if a guy identifies as liberal.
Well, those are that 19% of women are the part of that whatever percentage of men that say that she can't identify as a MAGA Republican. By the way, like if somebody's identifying as a MAGA, like I don't know what's worse. If you meet a girl and she's like, I'm a MAGA Republican, or if she's like, I'm an Occupy Democrat, like it's just bad. It's all bad.
Ideally, that's not like a really huge part of your identity.
Don't listen.
Yeah.
Don't go the Lauren Boebert route and say I'm checking party affiliation first. Like she's like,
No,
look,
but like I wouldn't date a Democrat. Just to be real, like I wouldn't date a Democrat. That's a valid
Probably
thing.
wouldn't happen. Yeah.
I don't think a lot of Democrats would want to date Republicans. I think that's
I don't
valid.
think it
It's so
would work.
extreme
I don't
nowadays.
think it would
It
go.
used to work.
But I'm saying I don't think it would work out, but I think that you're selling yourself short by not at least allowing yourself to try. Like, I know plenty of people that are blue dog Democrats that are perfectly reasonable
They're
individuals. No, not all of them. I mean, they're closer to my age. Like, who believe in, they may be super pro-union, but they believe in gun rights. They believe in national sovereignty in this stuff. And it's just like when you sector yourself off ahead of time, it's just awful. And the fact that Joe Rogan is that selling point now, like if he watches Joe Rogan, he's a bigot.
I think marry means people though who are a little bit younger, like because I feel like people who are right now like in their 20s ish are way more extreme. If you identify as a Democrat or Republican, just that mere fact that that's like one of the first things that comes to mind means that you're a lot more political than someone who would say the same thing like 20 years ago.
There's a $20 one there from Leonardo DiCaprio.
Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Woman wants everything to be just right. When she finally gets it, it's too late. The bears, Father Time, Mother Nature, and the baby, which represents the future, return and devour her.
Yeah. I think I understood what that meant, right?
It's very poetic.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Things will not.
You should have a Substack.
Yeah.
It is one of those things now where, like, I guess it's also like, who do you think settles more? Do men settle more into marriage, or do women settle? Like, who actually says, like, look, don't they say, like, a lot of men, it's literally down to, like, when they ask and they're like, okay, now's fine.
Well, they say that men fall in love sooner than women.
Okay.
Like on the third date, like a guy will kind of know and be in love with someone, whereas women take a lot longer to decide if they like someone or not.
Okay. Can't get ready on time. Can't fall in love on time.
Nope.
That's why men are the true romantics.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways,
Under
right?
from the
Like in a lot of ways, but that's not how the media's portrayed them for years and years and
No,
years.
they're bored.
They're basically
Emotionless bores.
so that's like society is always pushing you into this territory where it's telling you the opposite of what might actually be true.
Every man is Homer Simpson.
Yes. And you idiot. And an
Every
idiot.
woman is Scarlett O'Hara. That's what the culture wants you to believe.
What was I watched this. I posted this amazing video yesterday, and it's like a story post where it's like guy took me to the. Did you see the one that I posted? It's like guy takes me to the parkour park where it's like she's running through like a bunch of like obstacles. It's like obstacle courses for like a first date, and the lady looks really dejected and like it's really stupid, and then it cuts to this guy. He's like, that's the greenest of green flags, where it's just like a wholesome thing that two people go and do together. You can't win these days. Nobody can win.
Kind of a high stress environment for a first date.
No. It's not like you're running in a
unique though.
Yeah, it's unique, and it gets you both out of a comfort zone, right?
Like everybody is overcomplicating it. Like
Rock climbing on
I
the first
agree
date.
with that.
Rock
Just
climbing
thinking
wall.
that. I was just thinking that.
Not the
climbing
first
is good.
date, man.
Rock climbing wall on the first date.
Because then if I don't really like you and we're hanging out, like, or like I realize it on
Can't
the
get
date,
away.
it's like I can't get away.
think we
We're
should
in a really
normalize
intense situation.
30-second first dates. Because it takes
Yeah.
that long to figure out if you want to stay there.
The vibe
the
check takes 30 seconds.
well, that's already exists. It's called speed dating. You can go do that right now. It's 5-minute dates.
but then that's like corporate, you know. It just like takes the romance.
It attracts a certain crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, so 5-minute dates, plenty romantic. The corporatization of 5-minute
He can't
dates,
be a
that's where it falls
conservative.
apart.
He can't watch Joe
ladies and
Rogan,
gentlemen.
but he can't be a
See, I think what it is you should just be forced to sit there and watch a movie with them, and then you can decide, like, does the fact that I'm going to list off to you all of the actors and actresses in order of appearance bother
I think that
you?
would be a good first date specifically for you.
You know what? This is funny. 41% of men said it's a red flag if a woman is into astrology.
Yeah, should be higher.
Huh.
Should be higher.
Should be.
Should be higher.
It's fun.
It's not fun.
It's
ladies
fun
and
for
gentlemen.
women.
It's a red flag.
Men clearly
hobby.
don't
How into it?
see the appeal.
Yeah. Does she have a book on it? Does she have all her own cards? Does she? And then
Wouldn't
I guess
know her.
I guess that wouldn't matter. It's like, does she bring them with on the date? That's a huge red flag.
If she asks for what time you were born, that is a red
Yes,
flag.
that's the meme. It's like, Mom, what time was I born? Run! Run! She's bad for you. You want nothing to do with her. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.